What's up? Welcome back to Chosen Earth Angel Queen channel, where I'm back with another message. And this has to do with toxic relationships. We need to talk about this. This is a big conversation piece that should be talked about amongst the community. And that's toxic relationships. Let's get out of toxicity. I know I was a victim, or I was participating. I'm going to say a victim, because if I'm willingly in this relationship and I know it's toxic and I'm continuing to stay in it, that's my decision. That was my decision at the time. And then I had chose in my 20s, I think sometimes maybe a little bit in my early 30s, I had chose to be in these toxic relationships. I didn't know when to let it go. You know, I figured that that's where I needed to be at, because I wanted to be loved. And people talk about, fighting for a relationship, and sometimes you get to thinking that you have to put up with toxicity because this is what people in long-lasting relationships go through. I'm not saying relationships are perfect, but I'm saying that relationships do not have to be toxic. People can go through problems and not have toxicity. Toxicity hurts everybody around you. It hurts you, it hurts the person, and don't let there be children involved. It's hurting the kids. You're not breaking generational cycles by continuing in a relationship that's toxic. What is toxic to you? Toxic to me falls in the line of disrespect. It falls in the line of arguing all the time. It falls in line with not being at peace, confusion, lies, infidelity, manipulation, control. These things can be toxic, okay? They are toxic. And I believe that a lot of people are in relationships and they're holding on to it, and it's super poisonous for their bloodline. And people have to look at it that way. If I continue down this road, I'm showing my children that this is okay, and they're going to be doing the same exact things. It's time to start breaking generational curses. Our ancestors didn't get us this far to be sitting up here still recycling these old patterns. This needs to be, you need to do your lineage justice by cutting off the toxicity. And if that's removing yourself out of relationship, remove yourself. If that is, listen, I need to go seek therapy, speak to somebody professionally, not your homegirls, maybe a pastor or somebody that's licensed that can deal with your mental issues, or not your homeboys or not your uncle, whoever. Sometimes it's not even healthy to speak to people who've been or have healthy relationships, because they're not professional. Their opinion could be one-sided. So it's best to remove yourself or get that situation some help. It's too many people very comfortable and complacent in toxic relationships. I witness it on a regular basis. If you got to scream and yell in public and you acting a fool, if every time I get on the phone with you, you're complaining about what such and such did and everything else, that's toxic. You wasting your time and energy in a toxic relationship when that time and energy could be used with healing, with helping yourself, helping your kids. It can be used with laughter, with joy. It can be used manifesting. The longer you stay in the toxic, the longer you ain't manifesting. You can't I know this for a fact, for a big fact. If I'm arguing or if I'm in a relationship, because I know this from my past, y'all, I'm only speaking on experience. When I was in a toxic relationship and we argued all the time, we argued so much, everything around us was crumbling. I could not get ahead. It was because we were so busy arguing, so busy at each other's necks, trying to prove a point, trying to prove who's right, who's wrong. I mean, there was no way that I could myself have something outside of that situation, because it all came to crumbling. It was jealousy, it was hatred. Like, even if I tried to get ahead, that specific person would do something to sabotage my success. You understand what I mean? Intentionally and on purpose, both ways. Because when you're moving in toxicity, you have people that move that way, they ain't got nothing to lose. That's the bad part about it. That's why they move that way. They don't think that there's nothing wrong with the toxicity, because they're not trying to get anywhere. That's where they're trying to, and when you understand the power of manifestation, when you understand how far a peace of mind can get you, you gonna hold on that like it's $1,000,000. You gonna hold on to that like it's worth, like it's priceless. A peace of mind, can't no money buy that. No money can buy a real peace of mind. And that is the very thing, that is a catalyst to your success. When you are at peace with yourself, you are at peace with everything around you. And nothing's perfect. So you have to be at peace when things are not going your way. You still have to be at peace. So that is an art. The peace of mind is an art that you would have to establish in order to manifest and get the mental, because you need to get the blockages out of your way. And if you don't have a peace of mind, your mind is being blocked. So if you're trying to talk about attracting something to you, how can you attract something to you when things are blocking the very thing that you're trying to pull from you? It's a lot of y'all got a lot of blessings held up. They just sitting there waiting for you. A lot of y'all got a lot of blessings sitting there waiting for you. But there is some toxicity, and it could be in relationships, it could be family dynamics, it could be thoughts, but it's some sort of pattern just that's holding you back from that blessing, from that manifestation. So when I talk about toxicity and I talk about relationships, I feel like majority of people that are trying to attract things and they're having a hard time, a lot of it has to do with the partner that they're with. I've seen that play out a lot, and I only know that from my own experience. Partners, if you're not choosing the right partner, or if you're not being the bigger person, you will have a hard time getting to where you want. And then here's another dynamic. He gave me a life with so many different, I'm only 38, but I'm telling you, I probably lived a life of a person that's 80, 90 years old. I've been through so many experiences in this 38 years. And I'm starting to see that, hey, I got these experiences because God wanted me to see these things, because he wanted me to use the tool. The best tool he gave me is this mouth, okay? This piece over here. He wanted me, this voice, he wanted me to use this to warn y'all. I had to go through a lot, so I hope y'all take heed to the advice. There was a relationship that I was in, and it involved a third party. I, unbeknownst to me, got involved in a situation where I thought I was the only one, and a year later found out that I'm never the only one. And then I recall that relationship, and for a whole year, I spent hurting and trying to make the dream of him leaving that person to come to be with me. I was living this dream of wanting that, and it took so much time and energy. And then when I finally said enough is enough, and I said, I forget the dream, forget all this, I'm done with this. Baby, I must have went straight to the top after that. I feel like that was the one thing. And when I lost the focus of trying to make a relationship work, trying to turn an apple into an orange, tired of beating a dead horse, I started to focus on myself. And when the universe said, oh, you making room for the blessing. Oh, you want to leave toxic relationships alone. You want to leave men that you should have never been involved with in the first place alone. Finally. Oh, okay. Oh, you ready to receive? Oh, okay. She ready to receive now. Bless her. Y'all, a lot of people ain't in a position to receive. A lot of people not. So I'm trying to tell y'all, just from experience, on how bad and a toxic and poisonous is a toxic relationship. It blocks your blessings. Like, that be the very thing. Somebody in your ear. It could be a friend too. You could have a best friend. I had to get rid of a lot of things. That was one thing. Like, every time I had to get rid of something, God showed me something else I had to get rid of. Because before even I got to that point, there were friends that I had. Every time they would call me, it was nothing but drama. They always was, and I know for a fact, they didn't have the intentions to bring drama and chaos and toxicity into my life. That wasn't their intentions. They just wanted somebody to vent to. But I mean, I had to make a decision. It's either you or me. Because if you vent to me, you're bringing your negative energy and I'm losing my peace of mind. So it's either you or me. Okay, you know what? I'm going to choose me. I know we've been friends for 20 years, 10 years. I know this. I know you know my family. And I know all that. But baby, whatever you got going on in your life is starting to spill over into mine. And I'm had enough of being the person that you release this energy to. Then what I'm gonna do when I hang up the phone with you, you done drained me of all my energy and left me with your energy and stole my energy. And I'm just, that's another story though. I ain't gonna go there. God said leave it alone, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But there's certain friend groups definitely gotta cut off. Y'all, some people just got to learn to validate themselves. You don't need nobody but you and God. I had to figure that out. I don't need nobody. Forget a relationship. I mean, I like people. I want people around for companionship, for healthy relationships, for healthy friendships. But as far as needing somebody to get to where I need to be, no, that's out. We already know who we need, what we need. We got God on our team. That's all we need. We need to be so wrapped up and consumed with God that he leads the way. And a lot of people have a lot of distractions. In toxic relationships is be like that right there is like a fucking downward spiral. Like you're not nowhere close to God if you're laying next to somebody and every single day you're mad at this person. They're mad at you. And y'all are arguing and trying to fight for power and authority or control. It's not worth it. There's a whole nother life outside of that you wasted. You not getting to where God trying to put you at, or you just delaying it. And you know what? I don't know how long you gonna be on this earth, but I ain't got no time to delay it. None. Anyway, I'm done talking about the subject. If y'all liking the video, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribing to this video. It's nothing but real talk around here, real messages around here, God-given divine messages and wisdom based off of the experiences that I have in my intuitive connection with God, baby, because I'm intuitive. Anyway, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Bye.